Alright, y'all, so it's 6:43 right now. We are going to a networking event from 8:30 to 10:15. And after that event, I'm gonna go to Lifetime with my boy Abdullah. And let's get this lift in, fam. Let's go. Let's go. Lock in or clock in. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, in my religion, I can't take any interest, so all the properties that I own are free and clear. But if I could take interest, I'd be a billionaire right now. So first thing I would do is buy either a 2-unit, a 3-unit, or a 4-unit, right?
Yeah.
A duplex, tri, or a quad. It's called house hacking, right? So I would get a loan on that one, whatever the loan is, and I would live in one, rent out the other, so now that basically pays off for the mortgage, so I'm living for free. I might be coming out a few $100s out of my pocket, right? You have to stay in that property for at least 1 year. Once you do that, now you can move out of that property, right? Do another one under your spouse's name, and guess what? Then rent that one out too. So now you're actually earning income, right? And paying off the mortgage of that one. Now you have another unit. Same thing you're doing there. You're living in one, renting out the other. So that's paying that mortgage, maybe a few $100s out of your pocket. Do the same thing. Get out of that. Now you have all these properties. Now a few years later, I would just refi, right? Which basically means, you know, pull out equity or sell these doors and then get into a bigger door. Now you have some capital. Now you can put 20% down on a 10 unit, a 15 unit. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, you just need that little leverage, man. You just need that little push.
For sure.
In the beginning, so that, you know, that 1, 2, 3, 4 units actually gives you that push. And then once you build that equity and once you understand the game a little bit, then just get into bigger units. I'd get into 10, 15, 21, and then just play the game that way, man.
So how does one get started into house hacking?
So you need to find either a 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit. Once you find it, you got to get you have to get approved. So talk to a lender, get pre-approved. So it's all about your income, right? So if you're making, even if you're making 60, 70, 80, 100, even if you're making less, if you have a spouse, it's even better. You know, then you guys could do like you could, you know, add the incomes together. But whatever it is, whatever you're making, or you could do a DSCR loan, right? Which is debt income ratio. So it's like you don't even need capital. You got to make sure that property cash flows enough to where it's like it pays itself off. You know. And the best way to do it is, one way is, you know, playing on the market. But the thing is, people understand. People know how to house hack. You know what I'm saying? People understand this concept. It's not new. So you have thousands of people doing the same thing. Like they're trying to find that 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit, right? They're trying to find that. So the best way to do is go off market.
Interesting.
Because you're not gonna find anything on the MLS. You're playing with people that understand this, like people that understood the concept. And now they want to, you know, pursue it. But now you have thousands of people that already know this. They're trying to pursue. They're trying to pursue the same thing. So you're not gonna. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna get outbid. You're gonna get this, that, and you know. So what I would recommend: go off market. So start a campaign. How do you go off market? You basically go to kindskiptracing.com. Once you go to kindskiptracing.com, you buy the list. So the list that you're gonna buy is 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, right? You're gonna buy that list, give every single person a call, and tell them, hey, just wanted to see if you were interested in selling this property. If you are, cool, give them an offer. Right? So now you're going direct to seller. Rather than playing on the MLS, go direct to seller. Now, you're gonna get a lot of no's, but every no is that one no closer to a yes. Right? So yeah, don't be discouraged when you get, you know, rejected, but that's just part of the game.
So what are your best tips for negotiating?
So when you're negotiating, depending on what you're negotiating, right? If you're negotiating a property that's fully fixed up, it's tough. But when you're negotiating a property that needs a little bit of work, then it's much easier. Then you could be like, hey, look, if I buy this property, I'm an investor. I'm looking to buy this property, fix up the property, either live in the property or fix and flip it, or rent it out. Whatever I do, I need to make some money as well.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to educate the homeowner. Yeah. We're not trying to steal anyone's properties. We're not trying to get the lowest possible, price that we can. That's not what we're trying to do. Yeah. What we're trying to be fair with both parties. The win-win solution right here. Win-win. So, because that's how it is, man. You got to be fair in life, you know? So when you steal someone's property at such a low price, what happens is, it comes around, karma comes around, you're going to get hit like that too one day. You know? So you just want to be fair. Like, hey, are you okay with this, Miss Homeowner? Okay, cool. Let's make a deal happen, enough to where you have a little bit of equity and they're walking away, free and clear and happy as well. Yeah. So that's like, I do very fair negotiations.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess, like, how would you find like a good tenant? Like, because you're house hacking, like, you have to find the right tenants to put in place. So how would you go about like finding a good tenant for your place to like live with? Because you're gonna be like what, upstairs and or like downstairs or something like that, right?
So the best way to do it is using a leasing agent. That's the best way. The reason is, if you just put an ad up on Craigslist or Facebook, you're gonna get a lot of people hitting you up. Yeah. But thing is, they might not portray who they are. They're like, I have a job, I work for the union, this. Next thing you know, when you don't have the correct softwares to actually pull their information to see if they have any evictions, see if they've been paying, how their credit score is, to see all that stuff and just take their word for it, that's when you get, that's when you get messed up, right? Yeah. So what you need to do is hire an agent, especially a leasing agent, that is actual professional in that industry. Like you, right? You're a professional athlete, you're a professional bodybuilder, professional help people, coach to lose weight. That's your niche. Like, you're an expert at that. Carbs, this, I don't know, stuff that you taught me that I didn't even know about. I never tracked my calories or anything. You know, so it's like, this, like, it's a science behind it.
That's true.
Same thing with these other professionals. Everyone's a professional. You got engineers, they're professional on their craft. You got mechanics, professional in the cars, right? So same thing with these leasing agents. They're professional at renting out your property for the top dollar and giving you the correct tenants, using the correct systems and processes and tools.
Gotcha.
So that's what I recommend.
So just like get a leasing agent, because they know exactly everything that's going on with that, and they're gonna put the right people in place.
They're the experts, man.
Nice.
Some people just be like, oh, let me just put it on Craigslist or Facebook or whatever, and let me try figuring this out myself. And because thing is, you do have to pay a leasing agent, but thing is, you don't pay them up front. You pay them once they lease out the property. Usually it's like first month rent. But thing is, you gotta pay to play, man. You can't be cheap out here.
Gotta pay to play.
You're gonna lose more money in the long run if you get a bad tenant.
Oh, for sure.
Evictions, oh, dude.
Oh, bro, like, you go to court and everything that take months, and then you lose money on that. Like, it's crazy, bro.
You lose 10
I've heard
times
a lot of horror stories with that stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking from experience, man. So it's like, I've done the route that they're trying to do. Like the route I was talking about. I was the guy putting it on Facebook. Oh, why would I give someone $1,500, $2,000? Let me try selling this, Let me just get this occupied myself. And then, man, it just hurts in the long run, man, because you don't have the right processes and tools.
I know sometimes people would be like, oh man, I want to go the cheapest route. I want to cheap out on a bunch of different things, whether it's your health, your fitness, your business. Like, can you share an example of, 100%. Like, paying to play and why that's helped you out?
If you want to be the best in something, you need to hire someone that's the best. Because the thing is, if you want to skip the hurdles, you need to hire someone that's already been through the hurdles, that actually already tripped, that actually, bruised up, they already got hurt in this industry, you know? And now you're learning from their expertise. Why do people read books, right? People read books because they're trying to endure all the knowledge from the author. That's been going through whatever he's been through his 40, 50, 60 years. Right? So for me, in the beginning, I never used to pay to play. I was like, let me do everything myself. My first wholesale deal took me 8 months to do.
Dang, 8 months.
8 months. My first flip took me 3 years to do. So it's like, because I didn't have the correct information. It's called analysis paralysis. People like, I know what to do, but I'm lazy to do it. They do all this research, like, oh yeah, I know how to do it, but they actually never do it. Because that's the main thing, you got to execute. And things, when you have a coach, I'll give an example for you, for the health, right? I know I've been reading about, this and that, and what type of machines to do and, you know, how to lose weight. But the reality is I wasn't executing.
Yeah.
And then once you hire a coach, he actually helps you execute. He holds you accountable. Like every single morning, yo, did you check your weight? Did you do this? Did you do 10,000 steps? Did you do what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, man, I gotta, you know, get
Lock
to
in.
it. Even last night,
Yeah.
like, you know, you texted me, I think 6, 7 p.m. You're like, hey, did you get your steps in? I looked at my steps. I'm like, oh, I'm only at 6,000.
Yeah.
So now I'm walking around the house. I'm like, you know, my brother's like coming over. I was like, bro, come later. I gotta walk around the house for a few.
Yeah.
So now I'm like walking around in the cold, trying to make, you know, trying to get my steps in.
Yeah.
So it's like you hold me accountable for that, because I know I gotta put in that group chat. We have a really strong community, you know, so everyone's holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I gotta put in the group chat that I'm eating well, right, hitting the calories, doing my 10K steps and doing all that good stuff, right? So that's one example there. But I'll tell you another example. Airbnb. Now, whenever I have 8 different companies, whenever I get into a company, I always hire a coach, because I don't want to learn from all these mistakes that I'm going to make.
True.
I want to learn from someone else that already made the mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, I pay big bucks now. Like the industries that I'm in, the networking events I'm in, like the mastermind that I'm in, I just paid $30,000 to get in.
Yeah.
You know, because the guys that I'm going to be around,
Yeah.
now I'm trying to scale my portfolio. I'm trying to get into like multi-units.
Yeah.
And for me to do that, I need to be around people in masterminds that actually have people that actually have 400, 500, 600 units.
For sure.
You know, so it's like now we're just playing at a different level.
Yeah.
But when I first got started, I used to play with whatever you guys have. If you guys have $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, play with that budget. And then slowly and surely, you know, improve from there. Once you have more capital. So
yeah, absolutely. And it reminds me of, you know, Alex Hormozy, because he always talks about, you know, like having your living expenses and then anything additional on top of that, like you should be learning. You should be investing into yourself. You should be investing into your knowledge, right? Mentors, coaches, people that are going to help educate you, because you have to pay down this ignorance tax, right? Because you don't have the proper knowledge to get to where you want to go, right? 100%. So you keep on investing in yourself and investing in opportunities that will help you grow, right?
The best thing you could do is invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because the thing is, no one actually has your back except yourself.
100%.
You know, like your parents, they love you. Your brothers, they love you. Your friends, they, you know, they care for you. But in reality, they have their own things they gotta take care of.
Yeah.
Right? Like your parents, you know, they're gonna love you till a certain age. They're always gonna love you. They're gonna be like, hey, I need you to get on your own 2 feet and like go and get it. You know. So the reality is, you know, it doesn't matter if if you have siblings or family members or, you know, best friends or whatever it is. No one's gonna care for you like you.
Yeah.
So you need to invest in yourself and get fucking filthy rich. That's it. You know. Yeah. No, not just filthy rich. Be great in all aspects.
Yeah.
Right. The first aspect is wealth.
Yep.
Right. Second is health.
Yep.
Because health is wealth. Now then you have faith.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta be, you know, thankful for God for whatever position that you're in. You gotta be thankful, right? Because you woke up, right?
Yep.
You woke up. You have another chance to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. And the last thing that we have. You want to talk about the last thing?
Health, man. Health is wealth. You can't do everything, you know, unless you have the foundational piece, which is health. Because I tell my clients all the time, bro, it's just like, if you're grinding, you're hustling, you're trying to make money, you're trying to go to work, you're trying to take care of your family, but all of a sudden you have a health complication, right? It's like that will ruin your life, bro. Like next thing you know, you're taking all these pills, medications, going to book these hospital visits, you know, these doctors visits, and then it's just like healthcare sucks, bro. Like it takes months and months to get an appointment, bro. But yeah, man, you know, like investing in yourself is one of the best investments, because you're investing in yourself, right? Like you're living in your body 24/7 as you invest into your knowledge to, you know, it's like build wealth, you know, work on your fitness, work on your health, you know, build your relationships, just build a mindset, right? That carries you into every single day life, and that carries into everything that you do, right? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Simple things like consistency. Most people just don't do that, right? Imagine what that would do in your life when you're staying consistent with your health, your fitness, building your business each and every single day, building your relationships, right? It's just like, you can't lose, bro. You know, you can't knock on the guy that's trying, right? And as you try harder, as you get more knowledge, you're gonna start operating differently, right? So I love where you shared you paid $30,000 to, you know, go to a mastermind, right? Because now you're surrounded by people that think differently, that got to that level of success where they are, and you get to observe them, right? Like we were talking in the gym, it's not what is taught, but what's caught, right? You see how they talk, you see how they move, you see what their habits are, what they're focused on. And I was like, oh, do you drive around? You know, it's like looking for properties and stuff. And then you're like, no, like I don't think like that, right? You know, like I pay to play. I have capital, and then I have, you know, people calling all day long to make it work, right? And I was like, oh shoot, that's crazy, right? One simple tip and trick like that changes the whole game, bro. It changes the trajectory of your life so much where it's just like, it's insane, right? And imagine when you have that stacked up every single day. What would that do for your life, right? And getting in the right rooms, building the right connections, building the right relationships, you're gonna learn so much.
It's a compound effect, man. You know, the more you're in these rooms, the more you learn, the more you spend on yourself. Like you said, the more money that you play with, the more money that you make, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the more that you do that, man, it just compound. Everything just adds up.
Yeah.
You know, you just get bigger and better, and just you know, a different person, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely. And when you just focus on your purpose, bro, when you focus on your mission, at the end of the day, right, you know, it's not even about the money. It's not even about having a six-pack, but it's just like who you become in the process,
yeah.
right? It's like who you become in the process. And it's just fun, bro. Like, I don't know about you, but I grew up playing a lot of, like, video games, especially, like, RuneScape.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
love RuneScape.
I used to play RuneScape like all day long, bro. I was straight grinding, wood cutting, like everything, bro.
Killing spiders, goblins, and dude, I was 99 on everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I like the membership. You know, my mom gave me her card. My dad was against it. My mom gave me her credit card. So I was like, you know, I think it was like, I don't know, $10 at the time. Or
10, 15,
10, yeah,
something like that.
I don't know what it was, but she let me do it. So then I had like the membership armor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it was like crazy armors.
Yeah.
I don't even know the names.
Yeah. It's like different.
Dragon armor and this and all types of crazy stuff, you know?
Yeah. Free to play versus pay to play, right? It's like that additional $15,
Dude,
right?
Next level stuff.
It takes you to next level, and I think it applies to life too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it just goes back to the concept of like, why are you scared to invest in yourself, right? It's like when you see like these video games, when you see that's like the quote unquote shortcut, right, to your success and to leveling up, to have better armor, to have better weapons, to have, you know, it's like new people that are in those communities, right, doing what you're doing, and 100%. You're just like, bro, like, why not take this shortcut?
Yeah.
You know,
in that game you get access to different worlds, different, you know, weapons, different people. Like, I remember when we're still young, but I remember when I had the membership, now I'm talking to different caliber people that actually know more about the game. They're like educating me about, hey, you gotta go here for this. If, you wanna do this, you wanna do these missions, I'm like, oh wow. You're not gonna get that in the free version.
Oh, for sure.
So like same thing applies in life, where it's like, yeah, you know, the free events, the free whatever you learn on YouTube, it's gonna get you so far. You know? But if you want like that secret sauce, you gotta pay to play. Because the people that, you know, because we know, you know, so we're not giving away free sauce out here. You know? So it's like, because the thing is, we're not in those rooms to give away free sauce. The rooms that we're in are $30,000, $100,000 rooms, you know, multi-million-dollar rooms, to where it's like, yo, this is the type of people I want to surround myself with.
For sure.
So if you want to be in the circle, you got to pay to come in the circle.
For sure.
You know,
and I feel like that's what I had to learn when I first started my business, because it's like, when you think about successful people, bro, like, you're gonna have very nice successful people that give you their time and all that stuff, but realistically, like, to get like close proximity with them, you gotta pay to play, bro. Like, they're not gonna spend hours and hours and hours and hours with you every single week, right? Where it's just like, there's no exchange for them, right? They're successful already, you're not. Like, you have to pay to get around them, to learn what they know and execute upon that to find that level of success, right? So my first mentor, you know, it's like, he was a 7-figure like online fitness business owner, right? You know, I had to pay like $17,000 to get around him. And what was crazy was, like, I was around his like community, but I didn't even have like one-on-one access to him yet. Like, one-on-one access to him was like 50K, like 75K. It was crazy, bro. So it's just like, he like trickled down into like training his coaches and mentors and all that stuff, and he trickled down into training assistant coaches. So that was when I learned from them all of the knowledge that he poured into them, right? And it was just so crazy because when you're surrounded by those types of people, right, they know so much because they got mentored by that like first guy that I was telling you about. And sometimes like you just got to pay to play. And when you invest that money, you take it so much more seriously too, because those who pay more attention. My coach told me that, and I was like, that's so true. He's like, you've been doing the free stuff. Why haven't you found success yet? Oh, there's so much information on YouTube. I can do it all for free. Then why haven't you built a successful business yet? Why haven't you? Because you don't know where to start. Yes, there's information on YouTube all day long, but if you don't know where to start, you don't know step 2, you don't know step 3, you don't know step 4, how do you like figure out all the puzzle pieces? Because when you're watching YouTube, you might be watching some guy teach about step 67, and you're gonna be like, oh, like that's great information, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna use it for later. But you haven't even done step 1, right? And then you watch another YouTube video and that's step 87, right? It's just like, you don't know how to navigate and put the puzzle pieces together, right? And once you invest into a coach, once you invest into a mentor, they're gonna show you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, and so on. And it's an endless journey of self-improvement. And then once you get a good foundation and good base, then you can start like looking around and be like, all right, you know, what's the next idea? What's something that I can implement into my business that's gonna, you know, double it, right? 3x it, 5x it, 10x it. And one idea might change your life around.
No, that's what it is, man. Every idea elevates your current business.
Yeah.
And I think we should focus on one business at a time.
Yeah.
Like real estate, I've been doing it for 5 years. And then after like my 6th year is when I started diversifying my portfolio.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing it for such a good time, and I have the systems, the processes, the people in place to where I'm doing 7 figures a year on autopilot. Okay, let me get into a rideshare company.
Yeah.
You know, now I have 82 cars from my rideshare company. Let me get into Airbnbs. Let me start a call center. So now I have over 400 employees that work for me there. So it's like everything that I took from one business applies to the game. Then, you know, the game of business is the same game.
Yeah.
It's legit the same game. Once you're successful in one business, you just take that, what you learned, and apply it in different businesses. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
The same systems, like, you know, same processes, the same type of delegations, the same CRMs and automations and email campaigns and marketing tactics, they're all the same.
Yeah.
You know, just different industries.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, that's what I learned, and then I just, diversified.
It applies.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just like you apply one thing, you know, intensify that focus and grow that, scale that, and then you realize it's just like every aspect of life is pretty similar, right? It's just like find a mentor, find a coach, execute, work hard, be consistent, be around the right types of people that will push you in that field, in that industry, in that line of focus that you're currently at. And when you have one for everything that you're focused on, bro, you know, it's like you're gonna go so far so fast. Hopefully you found that like super valuable, bro. We're dropping free game, free sauce for you guys, and this is all free, bro. This is going on the YouTube. This is all free, bro. So take what you will and implement, bro. Implement. Like, you can hear us talk about like how to be successful. You gotta do this, do that, but the main thing is you gotta take the advice, bro. You gotta take the advice and execute. You can't be all talk. Like, so many will be all talk and be like, oh yeah, thanks for the advice, bro, thanks for the tips, I'm gonna change my life around, I'm so inspired right now. Bro, execute. Put your money where your mouth is, right? If you're serious about fitness, put your money into a coach. If you're serious about real estate, put your money into a coach. If you're serious about leveling up in whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's playing a sport, whether it's learning a skill, put your money where your mouth is. It's those who pay will play to win. All right? So catch y'all later. All right, fam. Heading up to the Metropolitan right now, 67th floor. We're gonna be all the way up there. Let's go. Oh, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Okay. got that feeling you don't wanna wait. I know that you want me here and now. Know you wanna party, listen to your body. I want to get naughty. Girl, I really like the way you Girl, I really like the way you Girl, I really like the way you call me, baby.
Still kind of like somewhat under the radar. Like I feel like there's guys doing half or a third of what you're doing that are like
Education,
slanging coaching like crazy, and you're 1,000 transactions and like still on the come up.
All right, y'all, we are back from Chicago. Now we are getting a whole day in. Let's go. The boy Abdullah. Let's go. Yeah, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice. Let's go. Yep. Pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yeah. Alright. Boom away. Lunar New Year. Mom got the red shirt on. You know how it is out here, Chinese New Year. Wife. Always switching it up. Let's go.